historic Vista House at Crown Point, the gateway to the Columbia River Gorge. Beautiful place. Here on the Flaming Brain podcast. Okay, now I get to talk about one of my favorite subjects and what I believe to be the greatest invention of the 20th century, the laser. The laser is so cool. The first laser beam ever to show up in this universe was May 16th, 1960, and it was the result of this man's work. This is Theodore Maiman, and he produced the world's first laser, the pulsed ruby laser. And the pulsed ruby laser consisted of a synthetic ruby crystal surrounded by a flash lamp. And when that flash lamp pumped the crystal, it ended up producing a laser beam that lasted for 1 millisecond. So here now you can see the components of the very first laser: flash lamp, ruby rod, and the housing. And Theodore Maiman relied heavily on the work done by these two physicists, Professor Arthur Shallow, and Charles Townes. They did the work on creating the optical laser. Now, the ruby rod did not stick around a long time for lasers because they were only about 1% efficient, so they needed something better. Then came what was known as Nd:YAG. That's neodymium, yttrium, aluminum, garnet, which was 65% effective. Now, when this National Geographic magazine came out in 1968, it was all about lasers, and I just was so fascinated. And then this is Arthur Shallow, and I started writing him letters, and he started writing me back. And over a period of several years, we exchanged a number of letters, and he was very encouraging to me. And then after the ruby laser came the gas laser, which used a variety of gases to produce laser beams of all kinds of colors. This is an argon laser producing a blue-green beam. And this is a helium-neon laser producing a red beam. And this is something way cool. Look at this thing. Look at how it's completely removing rust from steel. It is absolutely amazing. And this, you can actually buy a laser tattoo removal. Now you see that little pit on that? That is tungsten steel. It has a melting point of over 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And I don't know what this guy was thinking, but he built a 200-watt vehicle-mounted laser. I don't know what he's going to do with it. This is one of my first little laser inventions designed to fit on the top of a laser pointer and create a light show. So, isn't it amazing now, like 15 years later, after requiring a helium neon laser that was big and a glass tube and 110-volt power supply, and they were, expensive, here we are now, 15 years after that, the same type of laser beam can come out of a little product like this for $5. Wow. Now, this was the first product I invented that I ever licensed to a company, and they produced it. And see, this would produce either a laser point or it would put a little laser light show, which was real simple. It was just a mirror mounted on a spring. But it was pretty cool. I mean, see there? Yeah, there you go. See that? And that was that. And unfortunately, the company, they never really, I don't think me and my partner, Rich Clayton, and, and by the way, if anyone who out there knows Rich Clayton, they're lucky because he's a really good guy. Anyway, we partnered on this, and the company never did much with it. So we never made anything. And then many years later, I discovered, I don't even remember how, that there was a company in China that had 16,000 of these. And they were tearing them apart to take out the laser because it was about 3 cents cheaper to tear the laser out of one of these than to buy a new laser. So, and when I found out they were tearing these apart, I managed to buy all 16,000 left, thinking I'd come over, I'd get them over here, and boom, I'd sell them and make a bunch of money, but never happened. I just 16,000 gifts is what it turned out. But yeah, it was pretty cool little product. But that was my first laser product that made it in production. I also have this nifty little surgical laser I built for removing unwanted skin growths. And right now, I have such a unwanted skin growth on my thigh. And being that it's summer and I'm in shorts all the time, I'm constantly wanting to pick at it. So I decided, hey, let's just burn it off. Oh. Wow. This is a laser product I created and licensed, and unfortunately it was kind of cheaply made and too expensive. But I went on to build a much bigger one, and this thing is way cool. It uses cascading water vapor that interacts with the spinning laser beam. And as you can see, it changes colors, but truthfully, this video does not capture just how cool this is. Okay, now this is how an RGB laser works. Now, unfortunately, and I don't know why, but the blue laser on this stopped working, and that's the one right here. But you see here you got the red, and over here you got the green, and these are beam splitters, so the red and the green come out together. Now what they do is, they first hit this mirror here, excuse me. So you see the beam hits this mirror and it spins, and as you can see, it's on a little angle. So when you see it reflecting on this mirror, you see how it's making a circle? Okay. And then this mirror is on an angle also, you see? So when it turns, it's turning that. So you look here, and you see now what happens there? Now this was the best I could do as far as a laser light show back in the 70s. I could do this in green, direction of one mirror. But yeah, this was the best technology had to offer me in the 70s, if you can believe that. But today, laser light shows are amazing. They truly mesmerizing, cool. Most cities that have planetariums have laser light shows set up. The one I started seeing back in the 70s was a laserium at the Seattle Science Center, and they would do it to music like Pink Floyd and all kinds of cool stuff, and they just kept getting more and more incredible. I mean, really, it's like you go to a laser light show and it's like being on LSD. Not that I would know. I mean, all right, well, I do know. But yeah, it is pretty amazing. You can even use a laser to teach you how to play piano, because the beam will light up which keys to hit and when. And if you're so inclined, you can also draw a big Playboy bunny way up on top of a building. So this was actually the last laser product I invented. It's called Liquid Light, and it was designed to be used with incense, or you could use it like an ashtray with a cigarette, or if you live in certain states, a joint, whatever. And when you turn it on, you see it creates this circle. And the circle gets bigger the farther it is away. And it's red, or it's green, or you can do a combination of the two, and it's a kind of a yellowish. And so when you set this down and put your incense here, it just the smoke interacts with the laser beam, and it's really beautiful and very hypnotic and mesmerizing. And the cool thing is, you see the words, when the red laser's on, they're red. Here, this one looks better. When the green laser's on, they're green. And when they're both on, they're kind of yellow. So now here is what it looks like with incense. So here you can see it with just the red laser going, and now the green laser. And if you turn them both on at the same time, you get the red and green and little bits of yellow where the two beams like intersect each other. And truly beautiful and amazing display. And if you set this device on the edge of a hot tub, this is what you see with just the steam coming up off the water. Wow. By the way, if anyone wants to license this, it's a great product. Use it on the hot tub, use it with incense. Just contact me. Well, thanks for joining me today. I hope you learned some fascinating and interesting stuff about lasers. And there's so much more. Lasers are such an important part of our life today. I don't even know how we would function without them. So go to Google and look up some of the laser podcasts and you'll find some information. So anyway, please be sure to hit the like button and just hit it and hit it and hit it. Think of it as an elevator button and keep pressing it until you wear out your fingerprints on that finger. And then also, please be sure to share this, okay? That would be great. Okay, ciao.